A couple is running through the woods naked as they are being shot with arrows by someone. The man soon leaves the girl and runs to save his life, but gets shot in the process. The girl falls on a tree bark and loses her life. The man is then shot in his genitals, and the perpetrator finishes them off. Diego is an aspiring writer who is going to a lake house with his girlfriend, Sage. Diego tells her his new novel idea, which Sage doesn't like. She reminds him of how he used to believe in artistic expression, and he can tell his stories however he wants to. They get into the villa, and it's extremely lavish. Diego says that it's the last time they are splurging as they are now a single-income household. Diego excuses himself, and Sage starts to explore the mansion. But when she is not paying attention, someone passes behind her. It's Diego, who is completely naked. They engage in playful banter, after which they make love. Suddenly, another couple, Will and Scene, shows up there. They think that Sage and Diego are the housekeepers. Tension arises between them as they get to know that Scene and will have booked the villa for the same day. They try to reach out to the host, but he doesn't respond. Out of nowhere, Will suggest that they should play rock, paper, scissors to decide. Both the guy agrees, but Scene asks him not to be ridiculous. She suggests that there are plenty of rooms, so they should just share. Anyway, they're going to get a refund for this, and it's not easy to find a hotel in that area. They introduce themselves to the couple and say that if they run into any disagreements, they can move. The couple decides to stay together. The couple soon starts to have fun together. Will tells them that the place is named Bone Lake. In the 1950s, dozens of human skeletons washed up on the shore. And theory behind it is that there was once a serial killer who killed all those people and dumped their bodies in the lake. Will tells Diego that Sage is really cute, the kind that guys are most attracted to. He also says Scene is too pretty and every guy wants to sleep with her. But he refutes that claim by saying that he is really happy with his girlfriend. Scene asks how Diego and Sage met. She says that they met in college. He used to teach at a community college, but he has recently quit his job to write his novel full-time. Scene says that she is a great girlfriend who supports him. Diego has brought a ring as he plans to propose to Sage. Will scares him and asks if he wants to join him for a run. But Diego politely refuses and he leaves. But he scares him again and says that he saw the ring. Diego says that he was planning to propose to Sage until they showed up there. Will apologizes but promises that he will leave them alone when he plans to propose. Diego thanks him and shows him the ring. He says that it belonged to his grandmother. Scene tells Sage that she has been in a relationship for 8 years, but her parents don't approve of Will. They think that he is someone who will harm her, but she's attracted to that. In the evening, Scene says that she knows Diego's favorite writer, Edmund. She says that she will speak to him and get him to read Diego's work. He is elated, and they cheer to friendship. Scene and Will kiss passionately, and Sage stares at them with lust. She goes to the bath and starts to help herself. Diego gets up from sleep and can't find her. He approaches the washroom and figures out what she is up to. She is taken aback, and he says that he is going out to plug in their car. He asks if she wants him to join, but she refuses. Diego is working when Scene comes there straight out of the shower. She asks him if he is free. She says that she needs some help, and he agrees to do so. She says that she needs to look for her glasses, but starts to act really seductively. She then asks him to grab her some clothes. He opens her bag to find some toys, making things more awkward. She asks him to grab her some lingerie, which he does. She then starts to change, right in front of him. But Diego flees from there immediately. Sage is listening to a podcast when Scene comes there with drinks and offers her. She asks about Diego, and Sage says that he went out. Scene says that she's having a great time, but she doesn't want any coldness between them. Sage isn't sure what she is talking about, and she reveals everything that happened. She said that nothing escalated further, but Sage knows that she knows Diego and will not do anything like that. Just then, Diego comes there and Scene leaves. Sage says that she feels that there's something really wrong with this couple, and she wants to leave. But Diego says that he wants his writing to be read by the famous writer. He says that it's only for 2 days, and if something happens further, they will leave immediately. Will proposes that they should play a game. He says that they should break into the locked rooms. Diego says that's illegal, but Sage says that she wants to. They reach the end of the hallway and pick a room to break into. Will breaks the lock, and it turns out to be a sex dungeon. It makes Diego uncomfortable, and they leave soon. They break into another room, and it has an Ouija board in it. They find news clippings of a couple that disappeared in Bone Lake 22 years back. The girls get scared to death. They leave the room immediately, and Diego suggests that they shouldn't open the third room, and everyone agrees. Sage gets ready for bed and hears the other couple moaning from the next room. Diego asks if they should get fisky, but Sage changes the conversation and asks about why he is against using the toys. He says that they should help each other instead of using those things. He says that he saw Sage pleasuring herself earlier, but she says that her anatomy is different and that's what she needs. They get into an argument and go to sleep. In the morning, she goes out and bumps into Will, who is showering naked. She apologizes, but he says that he doesn't mind. He says that he likes to stay exposed in nature, but she feels a little awkward and leaves. They are having lunch when all of a sudden Will gets up to make a toast. He goes down on his knees and proposes to Scene using Diego's grandmother's ring. Diego is baffled, but things get even more awkward when he does everything that Diego was planning. He immediately gets up, agitated, and asks Will to come out immediately. Things get even more awkward, and the boys leave the room. He confronts Will, and he says that he stole his grandma's ring. Will says that their relationship isn't perfect, and he saw an opportunity to fix things. Diego is still furious and says that he will tell them everything. Will break down in tears and say that Scene is cheating on him. He says that he lives on her support, and he did what he could to save his relationship. Diego calms down for a moment and says that his relationship isn't perfect either. He says that they were dating for a couple of months when Sage slept with one of her exes. It wasn't intentional, but they had to work really hard to get past it. Will says that he will give him the ring back once the weekend is over. It isn't enough for Diego, but that's when Will promises that he will make sure to get Diego's writing checked out by Edmund. Diego finally sees an opportunity and thinks of settling in. They get back, and Will says that Diego helped him plan a proposal, but he messed it up. After that, Will says that he's going to go to the grocery store, and Sage joins him. Diego, on the other hand, will stay alone with Scene. They're on the ride when Will asks if she trusts Diego. She says yes, and that's when Will tells her that something happened between Diego and Scene. He says that Diego told Scene that Sage had an affair early in their relationship, and she owes him for one. He even indicated that if Scene wants, then she can be the one. She is baffled as they never had any deal like that. On the other hand, Scene gets dolled up and chats up Diego. She says that Sage told her something. She said that although she supports Diego, but she doesn't believe in his dreams. Diego says that she will not let Sage down. But that's when she gets even more provocative and says that Edmund find a new muse for himself while writing a book, even though he's been married for 40 years. She moves closer to him and says that she could be his muse. He moves away and asks her why she is doing this. Elsewhere, Will asks about whom Sage was thinking about in the shower. She's taken aback, and that's when he says that Diego told him about it. But Sage has had enough and asks him about why he is coming on to her even though he just got engaged. He apologizes for misreading the situation, but says that she wants the same. He stops the car and says that she wants what he does, but she is just afraid to do so. Scene, on the other hand, takes Diego into the other room. She says that it will be their secret. Both parts start alluring their couple and force them to give in to their worst desires. But it's soon revealed that the couple was there before. They planned everything from the beginning, and they were waiting for Sage and Diego to show up. They get back, and Diego asks what took them so long. But Sage says that they weren't gone for long. Sage is crying when Scene gets inside the room and keeps her glasses on the table. She asks Scene if Diego made a move on her, and she says yes. Will asks Diego about what they were doing while he was gone. Diego says that they had a small talk. He then asks Will about how he is going to get the ring back. He says that he is thinking about it. Sage tells Scene about how he cheated on Diego with his ex. But Scene says that she didn't do anything wrong, and she just played the game with different rules. She then offers Sage some Molly and says that they should forget about what happened between them for the night. They soon get high, and Scene suggests that they should go for a swim. She also reveals that she has to fake it every time they get intimate. They run out of the room, completely high. Diego tries to talk to Sage, but she completely ignores him, and both girls run out. Both of them jump into the lake and swim during the rain. Sage asks what happened between her and Diego, but she completely ignores it and kisses her. Diego says that they have been gone for too long and wants to look for them. Will stops him and says that he should give Sage some time, but Diego ignores him and leaves. He finds their clothes lying around, but they are nowhere to be found. He suddenly runs into Scene and asks about Sage, but she says that she has no idea. Sage has gotten back to her room and finds Scene's glass there. Diego soon gets back inside and says that they need to leave immediately. Sage asks what happened between them, but he says that they can discuss it on their way out. The light suddenly goes off, and Sage says that she needs to say something. Just then, both Will and Scene get inside. Diego says that he will go to check the light, but will ask him to stay with the girls, and he will check it out. Scene gets uncomfortably close to Sage. Diego asks Scene to leave so they can change, but Scene just turns back. He somehow manages to get her out. He then asks Sage about why she can't trust him. They get into an argument, and Scene is eavesdropping. Will says that she shouldn't have let them alone, but she says that she had to. He says that this should have been over by now, but she says that the challenge is making it more fun. The couple's fight gets worse, and they start dancing. Diego comes out and says that Sage has left. Diego asks them to look for Sage, and they start to do it immediately. But Sage is hiding inside the room. She said that she didn't take the molly. She also says that Scene's glasses are fake, and they need to leave immediately. They look for the car keys, but they're gone. She asks him if something happened between him and Scene, but he says that it didn't, and it was Scene who was trying on him. He comes clean and says that he told Will about her ex, but he never mentioned the bathroom incident. Sage runs out and checks the bathroom, only to find a hidden camera there. They figure that their answer is hidden in room number 3 and go inside. Will turn on the light, and they see the room. They find books by Edmund and their pictures as well. There are pictures of another couple, and they find that the entire house is under CCTV. Sage goes through their pictures and figures that they are the owners of the house. They start to go through different folders and find graphics content with couples that stayed there previously. There's a folder of them as well. They figured that after they booked their stay, the couple started researching them. Diego immediately takes out the drive and smashes it. The other couple gets inside the room and says that there is no point since everything is saved in the cloud. Sage asks why they're doing this. Will says that it is like a game, and it's about how much a couple can trust each other. Diego has had enough and asks for the key. Will says that if he gives it to them, then they will never get to know about each other's true selves. They say they believe each other and want to leave. Will gives him the key and rushes out. Diego asks for the ring, but Will says that he cannot have it if he leaves now. Diego promises to come back for the ring. They are in the car, but soon figure that Will unplug the car. They can only travel for 6 miles. Just then, Will shows up and says that he slept with Sage. Sage denies it, but he says that he has video proof, and he can show it to him only if he gets out of the car. He asks Sage about it, but she denies. He is in confusion for a moment, but soon says that he believes her, and they start to drive. But Scene comes there with a car and crashes into them. The couple then takes both inside. They open their eyes and find they are tied to the chair. Will says that they play a game where they check a couple's loyalty, and if they can destroy it, then they lose their lives as well. But Sage says that they didn't betray each other, so they should let them go. But Scene says that all they do is lie to each other, and now they will lose their lives as well. They soon show them the album and reveal that they are actually siblings. Their parents are the ones who were murdered in the same house years ago. They were close since childhood, and once they grew older, they became lovers. Once their mother caught them together and told their father. He beat them up and tried to separate them. So they finished off their parents and proved their love. Sage says that what their parents did was wrong, but they are not going to be a hurdle in their relationship and begs them to let them go. But their pain makes Scene even more aroused, and she leaves the room with Will. Diego asks her to leave, as his leg is injured, but Sage says that she is not going to go anywhere without him. He then says that he knows how they can get out of the knots. But the other couple is watching them through the camera. They finally manage to break free. Sage says she is faking her orgasm all along, and Diego accepts his mistakes as well. Scene asks Will to get the chloroform. They try to run, but are confronted by Scene. Sage runs to the kitchen, and Scene follows her there. She grabs a knife and overpowers Sage rather easily. But before she can do anything, Sage smashes a jar on her face and runs away. Will hears her scream and gets there only to find a glass stuck inside her face. She reprimands him to kill both of them, and he leaves. She then takes a knife and goes for Diego. Sage collects an axe and tries to look for Diego, but she is soon confronted by Will, who says that he will give her one chance to strike at him. He says that if she loves Diego once, then she will strike him and start a count of 3. Sage tries to muster all her courage and kill him, but it's of no use. He soon grabs the axe, but she kicks him and runs out of there. He tries to hit her with the axe, but fails. He gets a chainsaw and starts to hunt them. On the other hand, Scene is looking for Diego and finds him. They get into a scuffle as well, but Diego is too weak, and she jabs a knife into his leg. But he kicks her in the head and makes her unconscious. He then takes the knife and runs out. Soon, Scene runs after him as well. He is hiding under the deck, but she doesn't know it yet. Before she can do something, he stabs her in the leg. He runs away from there and starts to look for Sage, but Will comes there with the chainsaw. Diego tries to run, but falls. Will says that they aren't perfect and won't live another day. He is about to annihilate him, but Sage jabs the axe in his head. He finally dies, and she helps out Diego, She asks about Sin, and he says that he stabbed her and she might be stuck. He says that they need to leave immediately, but both cars are dead. Sage says that they have to use the boat to leave. On their way out, he says that he's going to go back to teaching, and she won't have to take all the responsibilities alone. But they are left horrified that Sin is gone. They get on the boat and get ready to drive off, but Sin lunges at them. Sage is driving and manages to throw off Sin. Diego tries to strike her, and she falls from the boat. She tries to get up again, but Diego slashes her finger. They think that they're finally free, but Sin gets back up again. He uses the axe and cuts off her jaw, and she falls. Sage then reverses the boat, and Sin is crushed to puree. They are both sitting, finally free. He finds Sin's finger that has his grandmother's ring on it. He takes it out and proposes Sage. Both of them kiss and start to laugh maniacally. So, that was the recap of the 2025 movie Bone Lake. For more recaps like this, subscribe to the channel. And if you have liked this video, you may also like this.